Hello viewers and welcome to your favorite health segment, Health Matters. My name is Sarah Nkava, your host, and I welcome you to enjoy the program with us. Today we are talking about rehabilitation, and as we learned in the last program, it is important to take our people for treatment whenever we have people with mental breakdowns. And now today we have such an interesting person with us that is going to discuss rehabilitation and what it entails. I would like to welcome him to greet us and to tell us his name and what he does. Karibu Kip.
I'm Kiprotich Bosben Robert, an addiction professional and a psychologist. I work in a rehab, Methodist Treatment and Rehabilitation Center in Meru at Kaga. My key role there is actually trying to help those people who are struggling in one way or the other with addiction, all forms of addiction, the chemical addiction and the non-chemical addiction. That is the key role at the rehab center. Thank you.
Karibu sana Kip. We are very glad to have you on our Health Matters segment. I would like to start you off with a question. Right. Tell us what working in a rehab is like in a day, you know? When you get into work, what is it like? Yeah.
It's an interesting question indeed. Rehab, our setup is an inpatient program whereby we have our clients there. I board there with them. So my day-to-day activities as I wake up in the morning, I go around checking them on their dormitories, seeing how they spent the night. After that, we go at around 8:30, we assemble as colleagues, checking now on ourselves, how our night was and if there's any issue. After that, now we assemble colleagues, the staff, plus the clients, and now we do a morning assembly, whereby we look at, we get to hear them, how they spend their night, if they have any questions, any challenges, we pray together, and after that, the program picks. We start the day now. After we've done with the first segment, we move now to taking a break. Of course, we take our tea. Then after that, we start our classes. That is the one-on-one session. Each client is actually is assigned a primary counselor. So they are given enough time to have a one-on-one session. After that, we have classes. They're divided into 3 classes. We have the psychoeducation class. These are for the beginners. Then we have a 12 steps program. Then we have the relapse prevention class. This is probably for those people who are almost exiting. So we have those classes from around 11:40 to around 12:45. Then from there we break for lunch. Then in the afternoon again, depending with the day, we also have one-on-one sessions, counseling. Then we also have group therapies. We have games. After that, then we take our supper. Then we have evening reflection at 6. We again converge together, having an evening reflection, just checking on each one of us. How have you been? How has been your day? That is us with the clients. Then from there, we do our supper, then entertainment, then we go and sleep. So we just make sure that I see them off to bed, and make sure they are well, they've all gotten into their beds, and that is our day.
Wow. So you want to tell me it's a normal place? You know, the picture that I have of rehabilitation, probably it's a place where people have been locked up, kept in isolation, you know. it looks like a normal day, like I go to work and work. I did think, I mean, a rehabilitation center, you explained like it's a normal day. Is it?
Actually, it is a normal. Many people have a, should I say, funny or misconception about what happens in a rehab.
Yes.
Actually, rehab, we normally say it is a home away from home.
Oh.
Why am I saying this? This is a place whereby you have an opportunity to interact and make new friends.
Yes.
You have an opportunity to learn.
Yes.
You have an opportunity to eat, to sleep well,
Yes.
to play. Yeah. And so many people think that a rehab is a place, is a tough place where people maybe are being subjected to difficulty. Like other people are saying, people they are being caned and something like that.
Yes.
Just as I have explained, it's just a normal program. Yeah, whereby we eat, we go to class, we have games, we have entertainment, music, we watch. So it's a normal program.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know, there is this stereotype that rehabs work with mad people. You know, they're very mad. You know, like the people we see on the streets or in the markets picking papers, you know, looking so dirty and unwell. You know, now that stereotype, that's what the normal person has. When you hear of rehabilitation, you think of that picture of very mad people, very unruly, mtu amebeba takataka, mtu mchafu, mtu anaweza kuchapa. Is that so, or there's a difference? There's a difference between what we see and what happens, because I'd want our viewers to understand these mental issues we are talking about, or coming to the rehab. Mostly, what is it about? Is it because you're mad, or is it because you're having some distresses? Yeah.
Actually, there is some truth in it.
Yes.
But not as you people
view it.
Because when you talk about rehabilitation,
we
begin with who are our clients?
Yes.
Whom are we admitting?
Yes.
Then I believe that will answer our question.
Yes.
Yeah, because when you talk about rehabilitation, remember we've said this. Those people who come to us, these are people who need help. What kind of help?
Yes.
It varies.
Yes.
We have those people who are struggling with substance,
yes,
and they need to be rehabilitated.
Yes.
We have those people who are struggling with mental condition, and they need to be rehabilitated.
Yes.
So when you talk of mad people,
yes,
as people call them, they are mad by this definition,
yes,
that whatever they are doing is not in line with what people call normal things. And they are doing things that are way out of a normal human being.
Yes.
For example, you say those people who are collecting litters around, talking things that are, are not in order.
Yes.
People who are dirty.
Yes.
People who are hearing voices,
yes,
talking to themselves. Those are the characteristics of a mad person.
Yes.
But again, from our side, when you have such a person,
yes,
that might be a sign, a symptom manifesting,
yes,
manifestation of an underlying mental condition.
Okay.
Or it can be an effect of a substance. For example, if you take something like maybe marijuana, you'll have some hallucination. You start hearing voices, you start seeing things,
yes,
and and when you hear a voice, most probably you respond to that voice. So you hear somebody telling you, "Hi, niaje, kuja," and you're like, "Nikuje." And when a normal person sees you communicating to no one,
yes,
they'll be like, "This is a mad person."
Yeah.
But you see, it is as a result of an effect of what you've taken. So when you have such a person, we'll admit him. So outside there, you'll term this person a mad person.
Yes.
But to us, it is a client manifesting these symptoms. So to answer that question, we don't admit mad people. We admit people who are suffering and they are manifesting some behaviors that are not or in line or okay with the general population.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what you're saying is that anyone can come to a rehabilitation, or how now do we identify a client? Like in the church, at home, how do I know this can be a client? At what point do I get so that now I become a right candidate for rehabilitation?
It depends with what service are you looking for.
Yes.
For example, when you talk of somebody who is being rehabilitated because of a mental condition. Let me talk of maybe MDD, the major depressive condition. You find that this person, for him to qualify to be a candidate, he or she must have exhibit some symptoms. Yeah. For example, withdrawal from people, not eating, less active. So we have the mood disorders. And let me clarify these so that our viewers may understand better. You know, we have mood disorders, and those are the likes of stress, depression. Those are mood disorders that and a person can be admitted because of that. And we also have anxiety. Anxiety, that is another category of mental illness.
Okay.
Then we have now the substance use, and we have now the psychotic. Now the psychotic, these are the likes, these are severe, these are the likes of schizophrenia. The ones we call mad people. These are the extreme. Those people are violent, they're violent, they don't care about themselves, they can cause harm to themselves. And for one to qualify to be a candidate is when things have started going overboard. For example, we say we have what we call we say mental health is a quantum of 3. We have the mental health, the mental problem, and the mental illness.
Wow.
Interestingly, all of us we are in the mental problem quantum. What do I mean by this? Mental problem is that anybody who is normal and functioning well must be experiencing some kind of challenges in life. If maybe you are working, there is a stress coming from work, you have children, you are in marriage. So we have those stresses in life. We call those stresses mental problem. So that one is there in everyone. But now the problem comes in, how do you handle this mental problem? If you can handle it well, then that moves you to continuum 1 of mental health. Yes, you're having a problem, but you can handle it well. It doesn't affect your day-to-day life. Then you move to continuum 1. You say you're mentally healthy. Then you have this person now who is experiencing the same pressure. That is mental problem. But now because he's not good in handling this, it overwhelms him. And it makes him now move to mental continuum 3, which is mental illness. For example, we talk of depression. Depression is accumulated stress. So stress, we all have stress under continuum 2. But if you don't handle it, it accumulates. Then you move to continuum 3, which is mental illness. So for us to identify who is the right candidate for us is when you've failed to manage your stresses, and we can tell now you've moved to mental illness to continuum 3, then you need to be with us. And when it comes maybe to substance, you find we have those people who are using, maybe talk of alcohol, they normally say 2 for the road, and they are functioning alcoholics. They drink, but it doesn't affect their day-to-day life. We say at that point they are not our candidates. But when they go overboard now and it starts affecting their way of life, it starts affecting their work, maybe their school, and all this, is when we say down that this person needs our help, and now he can be admitted.
Oh, okay. Now, with that information, I've understood that we all can have issues. Let me talk of the workplace, where now we are getting all these stresses in the family front, where we have a lot of stresses facing us. The economic times are also not very easy. So you want to tell me, with the rehabilitation centers, can they benefit us even for a normal person when you feel you're under a lot of pressure to come and at least be heard, or you get a solution for this kind of stresses? Does that mean we can also come? Is it everyone who can come? Let's say people who work for government and other organizations. When you feel you're too much under pressure, can you come and get help?
Exactly. And we really advocate for that. Let us not wait until things go overboard. Should you feel that, hey, somehow I'm getting overwhelmed, it is good to seek help early. So we really encourage people, whatever you feel like, well, I cannot handle this, I need someone to share, kindly come. So it is an institution not for the sick. Actually, we work on two. We work on preventive and also the curative, and we encourage more of prevention. And just as you mentioned, we all have stresses, but should you feel like things are not working for you, kindly just walking into a rehab and you'll be assisted. We also have the outpatient services. Good to mention this. Exactly. So it's not necessarily a must that you're being rehabilitated. So you can come in, you can check in for an outpatient, and that one normally happens for those people who are not severely affected. Like, you know, you have the depression, you have the major depression. So if you're sensing you're on the early stages, an outpatient program would work. So just check in and you'll be assisted.
Then now, this leads me to this very interesting question. How do we reduce this stigma of thinking if you go to a rehabilitation center or a wellness center, you're crazy, wewe kichwa imeruka, to knowing that it is a place for us to get help, and anyone can need help. You know, tuache kufikiria when you hear about rehabilitation, ni mahali kwa watu wagonjwa sana, which because you've told us even every normal person has their own mental problems. There are many issues you're facing. How do we come from that place of stigmatizing rehabilitation centers? And you know, in Kenya, like us, all people talk about is madhare. But now we don't know, we don't look at ourselves as people who can consume the services. To a place where we know even if I'm normal, I can go there and be cancelled, I can go there and be assessed and, you know, be helped to carry on my daily activities.
Doing what we are doing right now. Sensitization. Educating the masses, let them understand what really happens in a rehab, and who are the candidates for a rehabilitation. Mental stigma has been there, and I can say it is still there. But should we create awareness and let people understand that mental illness is a disease like any other disease? And if you are sick, for example, if you are diabetic, we say, you know, you are diabetic and you'll be taking medication for the rest of your life. Maybe you are on insulin injection, and we say that is a normal way, and no one sees that as a big deal. That is the same way we should see mental health, and treat it that way. When it comes to stigma, thank God, at least even the government have come to acknowledge the need for giving mental health the weight it deserves. And people think of when you are taken to a rehab, it is because you are mad. But let me tell our viewers that rehab, let me say, is an hospital. Is an hospital where you go there and seek services, and you'll be treated depending with your case, with what you are presenting. and it is a conducive environment that has really helped many.
Yes.
And the worst stigma is not even what is coming from outside people, is what is coming from you. The stigma that one has. Should I go there? Yeah. How will people see me? Now, not what people will, not really how people are seeing you, but what are you imagining of people saying about you?
Yes.
I've gone to a rehab. People will take it that maybe
I'm not okay.
I'm not okay. Yeah, but going to a rehab, it is you know who understand you. You understand yourself and you know the type of help that you need.
Yes.
Yeah. So stigma, we still have a long way to go. A long way to go.
To break
and
it,
people associate rehab, just as you mentioned, madare with mad people.
Yes.
But let me tell you, it's not a place for mad people. These are people, these are our loved ones.
Yes.
Who are struggling or suffering, and they need help. This reminds me of I had a client. Let me just share this briefly. The mom and the dad separated.
Yes.
And now we had this son who was becoming Rudy.
Yes.
And the dad was like, no, this is too much. The guy was, drinking.
Yeah.
Everything, selling everything and all this. And now the dad was like, now let me take this son to a rehab. Now since the mom had separated with the dad, the message got to mom that the son was taken, has been taken to a rehab.
Yes.
The mom became mad. And she was like, now you are killing my son.
Yes.
My son is going to be tormented there, to be tortured there. Yes. Now, kindly God, where did I go wrong? What are you doing to my son? And in our facility, we normally have a program, we call it a family day.
Oh.
Yeah, we call all the family members.
Yes.
And the loved ones to come together. We share together our experiences. We eat together. So we invited mom and dad to that client. And when the mom came, she was shocked.
Yes.
Actually, what she thought a rehab was completely opposite. She found a serene environment.
Yes.
People were happy. People were healthy. The son was doing well. Actually, during that day, we normally have a sermon session.
Yes.
It was that his son who was preaching. What a coincidence. And she was like, oh my God, God forgive me. Aki, I'm sorry. This is not what I was thinking rehab is. And if this is the place, I would also plan. I would wish to come here and stay for 1 week because I also have some issues. Then come here for 1 week and also just relax. So that is debunking the myth that people have about a rehab. So not until you get there is when you'll know that rehab is not really a place for mad people, but it is a home away from home.
A home away from home. So before we go to break, I'd want you to explain to us. So it is important for us to have these rehabilitation centers with us in our communities. So we should not view them like a place that is not for us. We should view them as a place that is there to sort out our issues, and we should also warm up to the idea of going there to get help. You should. I would want you to talk to us into understanding that rehabilitation centers are useful for us. Are they or are they not? Do you think they are necessary for us as a community?
Not necessary. This is a must thing. And I must say this. I normally like saying this. We know that as human beings, death is always with us.
Yes.
And we normally say when someone has died, we need to give someone a decent send-off and all this. Someone was involved in an accident, and basically she was deformed and all these. And we are like, we need people who will work on them, so that we give them a befitting send-off. They will do clean them, and so we have these the morgue attendants. They're doing a good job. And so we need them there because they're offering a good service. So the same case with rehabilitation. because we are having a mental breakdown, we are having these addictions and all this. These are our loved ones who are struggling. Where are we supposed to take them?
Yes.
That is the question. Because these are people who are sick and they need help. They need help. Where are we supposed to send them? Now, these rehabs, they are supposed to be in our community.
Yes.
Yeah, and it should be accessible. That's my prayer. And affordable. And affordable.
Yes.
Yeah, and because you have the different levels of care, you'll be attended to according to your need.
Yes.
Yeah, so this rehab, and let us understand, it is a place for anyone.
Yes.
Don't wait until you're
so sick.
Yeah, you're so sick. Then you come in for an admission. You can check in when you still have, energy with you. Yeah, for debriefing.
Yes.
Yeah, for counseling. Yeah, to prevent you from things from spilling out.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, viewers, we will take a break right now. What I would like from you is your views. There is a number on the screen. Kindly speak to us, talk to us. Tell us what other questions you'd like us to ask our guests. Kindly involve us. Send those questions, ask them, tell us your views, tell us also other topics that you'd like us to keep talking about. This topic is very interesting, and as we come back, we'll continue hearing the process of rehabilitation, how long it takes, and what are some of the programs that they do. Welcome back, our viewers, to continue our rehabilitation topic. It's very interesting to learn that with us, we need these places to be able to work on us and to counsel us and to keep us moving a day at a time. It's a service that is necessary for the community. It's a service that is necessary to keep a healthy people for the nation. Now, on to our next question. I'd like to ask our guest, what happens when a sick person now, let's say someone with mental distress, or someone, let's say a colleague at work, when we bring them to you and probably they are depressed, take us through the steps of what happens when we finally come to your reception and get in. When we reach the hospital, tell us what happens.
When you get to our facility, we have a triage room.
Yes.
A triage office whereby someone is taken in, and we do an assessment.
Yes.
This an assessment is done to say whether this candidate fits to be with us.
Yes.
Because in a rehab centers, we can have cases whereby there are cases that we cannot handle. For example, you have someone who is maybe assume you're bringing someone who has a mental condition and has an underlying medical condition that needs to be attended.
Yes.
Yeah. During triage, we will first recommend that he be taken and being attended to for that medical condition. And once he has stabilized, we can have him or her back for rehabilitation program.
Yes.
Again, during triage, these help us to understand the severity of this client and the needs of this client.
Yes.
Yeah. And these, it will help us to weigh and see whether we can be in a position to help this client or can we refer this client. Yeah. So we have some tools that help us to check in a client, and if you qualify to be admitted, we check you in. Yeah, and we start our program. So there's the assessment. There's the assessment part of it.
So now after the assessment, you admit them, and now the treatment starts.
Yeah, exactly.
How long does the treatment take?
The treatment varies, but we normally say we have a standard duration of 90 days. That is the standard duration of 90 days. But to others, you find even after the 90 days, someone has not fully recovered, and you cannot send this person back to the society.
To the society.
Yeah, so we are forced to extend until he recovers. Yeah, but a minimum of 90 days.
Let me, like in the Bible, we saw Jesus treating a lot of people with mental illnesses and making them free, and they would come back to give thanks. would you say we as the community are treating our people with kindness? Are we showing them compassion the same way he showed them compassion, or more often we just bypass them? What do you think is our view of our people with mental issues, depression and such?
Unfortunately, how we view them is not how it should be.
Yes.
We normally, from the society point of view, we normally say when you see someone who has some challenge,
yes,
someone will be like, huyu mtu huyu alirogwa, huyu mtu alikula mali ya mtu, alikula kitu ya mtu, huyu mtu ni mabangi zake zinampeleka hivyo. Yeah, and that is how the society treats those people who are struggling. But truth be told, we have very many factors that can lead to someone to be predisposed into a mental illness.
Yes.
The likes of, for example, genetic predisposition.
Yes.
Yeah, we have those people who have an history of mental illness running in their family.
Yes.
Yeah, and so should they find a trigger, they will easily get into a mental illness. And you see, that is genetic. So, but to the outside world, it's they will rarely understand.
Yes.
They'll be like, "Kocha now, you ni wende wazimu tu. Huyu amevuta mavitu zake hizo." Yeah, so we really need to be kind to them as an institution, as professionals.
Yes.
We treat them with kind and passion,
yes,
because these are our loved ones.
Yes.
For us, we understand and treat them as sick people. Someone will come to you with high blood pressure, with ulcers. How will you treat that person?
With a lot of gentleness.
With a lot of gentleness,
yes,
and all this. So with us too, we see them as our brothers, as our fathers, as our sisters, and we treat them with compassion, with love, with dignity.
Yes.
Yeah, these people are sick and they need our love, and they will bounce back. Yeah.
Tell us, like now you work in a rehab, what kind of people come there? I would like for you to explain to us, nikina nani ukuja? Who are your clients?
Okay.
Yes, tuelewe tu, is it normal people, or what kind of people come?
A rehab, just like an hospital.
Yes.
Who goes to an hospital?
Anyone who is sick.
That is it. You've answered my question. Anyone, anyone who is sick or who feels like he needs a service that is rendered in an hospital would go there.
Yes.
And what are these services? Umekata tu kidole kidogo.
Yes.
You need a stitching. You'll go to an hospital. You have someone who has maybe gotten an accident.
Yes.
Now this is a casualty. You will need to go to an hospital.
Yes.
Yeah. So everyone is a candidate to a rehab, and it all depends with what kind of a service is bringing you to a rehab. So we have those people who are struggling with severe mental illness, the likes of the major depression, the likes of schizophrenia. Yeah, those people are sick.
Yes.
But again, below there, we have other people who are sick but not severe. But all of them are candidates
of the rehabilitation.
Exactly. So this is a place where anyone can come in. People of any age.
Yes.
But like in our case, we normally handle people from 18 years and above. But even for outpatient, like children, for counseling, for school-going children, they come in for counseling, for outpatient services. Any profession. Let me say this, as long as you're a human being, breathing, and you have an issue, that is a place to be.
You people now, let's say in the Methodist Rehabilitation Center in Kaga where you work, right now, what kind of patients, which professions, do you have normal people there, different professions, or who are your patients right now?
Like now, as you're speaking, we have a nurse there.
Yes.
We have a nurse there who is on treatment.
Yes.
We have a soldier.
Yes.
We have a soldier. We have a
When you
teacher.
say a soldier, you mean
people
Kenya
in the
Defense
Kenya
Forces.
Defense Forces.
Really?
We have them. We have students.
Yes.
We have people. We have a person working in Kenya Power. So we're having farmers.
Yes.
Yes. We're having those people who have. Let me say they don't have a profession.
Yes.
Yeah.
They are business people, maybe.
Yeah, exactly. We have the business people. So let me say this is now.
Yes.
Yeah, but in my profession, I've found that I've had all kinds of profession.
Yes,
so from businessmen, people who are working in the medical field, people working in the these other sectors, the engineering sectors, and all these. So it is a field. Everyone actually.
Wow. And do you find success when they come? You as someone who works within an addiction scientist, a specialist in rehabilitation, do you have success when people come? Do they get well? Yeah, after you treat them.
Yeah, that's why we are there. Why not for the success stories?
Yes.
We could have closed that. And actually, I want to be in service because what service will I be rendering if there are no success stories? But beside that, I must say also, beside the success stories, we also have some relapses. Yeah, it is interesting that we have those guys who check in, we attend to them, and they make it, they bounce back.
Yes.
And they become active and useful to the society.
Yes.
And they never go back.
Yes.
So we have such stories. At the same time, you have those guys who come, they run their program, but along the way, after discharge, they also relapse. And that explains why we say addiction, for example, is a mental disease. And for it to qualify to be a mental disease, it is because it has that relapsing nature. So you can be off it for some time, 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, then you find yourself back to it again.
So when they relapse, can they be treated? When that addiction, you've been well for some months or some years, when you relapse, can you come back still for more help?
Yeah, like the longest we've had, we had a client who visited our facility the 8th time.
Wow.
Yeah, he has been to rehabs. Now, when he was actually, it was a shame. Yeah, when she visited our rehab, that was the 8th time.
Wow.
And it is at this 8th time that she got help actually. Yeah, and she bounced back, she went back to school. Yeah, and she's actually graduating this year.
Wow, that is great news.
In counseling psychology. And that being the 8th time.
The 8th time.
So we normally say it might not work for you the first time. Yeah.
Yes.
So never give up.
Yes.
Try the second time.
Yes.
And interestingly, maybe at times you normally have those people when they are brought for the first time. Normally, it is always involuntary.
Yes.
So they are forced in. They haven't accepted that they have a problem.
Yes.
So it is forced. So even when they come for the first time, they're like, let me just stay here.
Yes.
Yeah, the 90 days will be over and I'll go back.
Yes.
You think I have a problem? No, I don't have a problem. You guys have have a problem, not me.
Yes.
So he or she is in denial.
Yes.
So he never works the program. So of course it will never work. So you discharge this person, he relapses.
Yes.
Maybe the second time is when now maybe it gets into his senses that hey, by the way, I have a problem. I need help, and maybe that time it will work. Yeah.
Well, as we go to the close of our show today, I'd like to ask you, what has been your worst experience and what has been your best experience working in a rehab? You have to give us example. Yeah? Think of your worst, very worst, and your best.
Wow. Let me start with the. Let me start with the worst. Then
you finish with the best.
Console myself with the best. I once had a client who had comorbid. He had an underlying mental illness, and that was bipolar. Yes. Bipolar 1. So he was manic. Yeah, with substance use, and his drug of choice was marijuana. So when you have marijuana, and you have a bipolar 1 money, you find that this client was hyper, very, 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 very hyper, very, very destructive.
Yes.
Yeah, so he was fighting all over.
Yes.
Yeah, breaking everything at the office, fighting everyone. So it wasn't a good scene. Yeah, so engaging in fists, fighting, trying to hold this person. Amekuma. Yeah. Yeah. So that was the worst experience. Yeah. Right engagement with with the client.
Someone who's very aggressive.
Very aggressive.
Yeah.
And you find maybe physically they are big.
Yeah.
Yeah, they overpower you.
Yes.
So you need to call to help. Yeah. So that's not.
That was your worst.
Yeah.
And your best?
My best actually, let me say, is seeing a client who came there involuntarily.
Yes.
We have them. We have some of the clients. There's a client who came handcuffed.
Yes.
Yeah, being escorted by police and all this because he's in denial. Then after some time, this client comes to understand that indeed I have a problem, and this is where I belong.
Yes.
And he was like, "Oh, I really thank God for them bringing me here." Yeah, and I've already seen I have a problem, and I've changed, and that person changed and became good.
Yes.
Yeah. That was a good feeling.
Yes.
Getting to give other people benefit of doubt, that people see that I have a problem, which I can't see now.
Oh, yeah.
But later I came to appreciate and acknowledge that I have a problem, and now decide to work the program. That is a beautiful experience.
And the very last one now, this topic is very interesting. The questions keep coming. The very last question, do they come back? Do you have patients that you have treated, they have been rehabilitated, they've gotten help? Do they ever come back to say, to see how you, or to greet you, or maybe, is there anyone who's ever come back?
Yeah.
As a normal person, I appreciate the program. Do you have such?
We have such, and many actually.
Yes.
And we are proud of that.
Wow.
And that is what keeps us going actually.
Yes.
It keeps me going.
Yes.
Seeing that people appreciate our job.
Yes.
And someone came with a problem, he was assisted. They normally come back to say hi, and also to encourage others that they were once just like them, and they overcame, and here they are as a living testimony that here I am, and I'm doing good. Yes. They normally come. Wow. And again, we normally have what you call, during that family therapy, as I mentioned today, earlier before, family day, we normally invite them to come and celebrate with us. We normally have cakes, and we celebrate 1 year in sobriety, 2 years in sobriety with our alumni. So we normally invite them, and they come. Yeah. Wow. And others do just come in wherever they are around. They just come in to check in, to say hi. That's all. They just come to say hi, and that's all. So in the end, we have seen that rehabilitation centers are necessary for our community. They are necessary for us, and we really appreciate even that the government has taken mental illness and seen that our daily activities give us a bit of stress, and it is good to go and debrief, to go and talk to professionals who can help us relieve our stresses and finish them. So finally, Kip, I'd like you to tell us your parting shot as we finish this program. We are all candidates to a mental illness because we are all in medical and a mental problem. So let us be wise enough and be watchful so that we don't move to sphere 3 of mental illness by speaking out. When you have an issue, kindly learn to speak out. And for you, when someone is reaching out, kindly be kind enough to listen to this person and offer appropriate help. And if you cannot help this person, kindly refer this person appropriately. Yes. And then the issue of stigma, kindly let us understand that mental illness is a disease like any other disease. Let us handle these people with love, with compassion, and accord them necessary support.
We thank you so much for watching our program today. Very interesting topic and great insights that we are learning from this. Our time has come to an end. However, we have learned so much. We thank you so much for coming to share with us. Please continue sending us your questions, your views on the numbers on the screen, so that we are able to answer your health questions. God desires for us to enjoy our health and to enjoy our lives, because He is a good God to us. Thank you so much.